Here in Madison, Wisconsin, we got to see everything from lakeside views to all over the state capitol, even here in Camp Randall. What's up, guys? I'm your host, Sydney Staples, and on this week of Unofficial Visit, we got to check out the home of the Badgers.
I'm Max Steinecker.
And I'm Pat Lambert.
Welcome to the world famous Madison, Wisconsin golf cart tour.
All right, so this is the world famous arch. There's a lot of tradition and history here. This used to be a Civil War training ground. So Camp Randall's named after Civil War General Alexander Randall.
The Geology Museum has a Richter scale in it. We do not have earthquakes in the city of Madison, at least to my knowledge. But what we do have is 7 Saturdays out of the fall. That scale will move and they'll have to report it to the US government. And it'll move during jump around. This is a real thing. It'll move during jump around, our tradition during game. It's pretty cool.
Here we are.
The birthplace of jump around. So the story goes, there was once a worker here who was also working as an intern for the athletic department. He was doing his night job here at Wando's, and he was playing a bunch of different songs, trying to get the people going. All right, when Jump Around came on, he noticed that the bar exploded. So what did he do? He brought it back to the athletic department. They played it against Purdue with Drew Brees. First time stadium erupted 25 years later, history.
On official visits, we actually take our recruits out on boats. Coaches drive the boats, and it's a pretty cool time. Some of our football guys live in this dock right here.
As you're driving into downtown Madison, you just can see it from further out, just because nothing can be taller than the Capitol itself, which is pretty cool.
No building is allowed to be taller than its pillars in the city of Madison.
We are with Patrick Herb. He's the assistant AD to communications here. While we're on the field, what we are going to be talking about is all of this going on behind us.
Camp Randall is awesome. It's one of the oldest stadiums in the country and one of the larger ones in the Big Ten. It's also 108 years old, so it's been remodeled over the years in different pieces. They added upper deck, they add suites on the side. The newest project that we endeavored here was to build what's behind us, the south end zone. There was a premium level that we were not able to meet prior to this, where our premium suites were behind glass. And there was a desire to have open air to the energy and the atmosphere, but also experience the club level and that sort of experience. And what we've got is we've got 5 different levels of different experiences. Now we're in one of the field level boxes where this is a unique experience that not a lot of stadiums have. So it's a private area that's got a refrigerator, a TV for replays, but also just the proximity to the field is amazing.
When you guys were designing this space, what was really critical and a must-have to have?
Honestly, it's the indoor-outdoor experience. 4 out of the 5 areas have outdoor seating within the bowl to be able to experience Camp Randall and the energy and the atmosphere and the tradition of our building with an attached indoor area. This is the Evans Transportation Victory Hall. So this is the premium club space for those folks who have the field level suites. So this is the indoor area where you can come with the full bar and food, and on game day this place is buzzing, but you also have the indoor-outdoor experience. And this also just gives us another space that we can utilize on non-game days for entertaining. We've done press conferences. Coach Fickle does his radio show in here on a weekly basis. So it just gives us more access to high-end facilities, dining experiences. We're on the top level now in the Summit Credit Union 5th quarter patio. So this is your bird's eye view, probably the best vantage point to watch the game. There are seats that people have ownership of, and then at the top is essentially a party deck that on game day they'll have beanbag toss and they'll have fire pits going when the weather gets a little colder.
Whether it's breakfast, lunch, dinner, before or after practice, you are going to be able to see Sophie, the football performance dietitian, here in this space. This is your domain. Can you take me through this space?
Yeah, absolutely. So in this space, as you mentioned, all the meals are going to be here. So we have a buffet line that the guys get to go through, and we also have different action stations. So at our brunch meal, we'll always have an omelet station. Guys can customize what eggs they want, what scrambles they want, over easy, all that stuff. We really want this space to be interactive. It's interactive all in throughout Wisconsin, I would say, within their experience here as an athlete. Even what you're mentioning, pre and post practice, we make sure we're around, we're getting them what they need, and we're individualizing.
What are some of those meals that players are really wanting? Whether it's a main staple on the menu every single week.
Right. Pasta station, we have a pasta action station. They get to pick what sauce they want, what protein, what veggie. That's, I would say, a staple. We also, I mentioned the omelet station. We'll have a breakfast quesadilla station. That's a really popular one. But we have a rotation about every 3 weeks, with like a 3-week cycle menu.
What do you want potential student athletes that may want to come here to Wisconsin to know about the performance and nutrition side of things?
So much. So I won't try to take too much time, but I would say the individualizing and the customizing, we, as I mentioned, really adapt. I mean, I started here in 2019. The dining space was so different. The meals we offered, we provide Red Card. We've already added, just in this last couple of weeks, we've added like 3 or 4 restaurants to Red Card. So we are always adapting and being flexible as well as just like innovating. And I would say that we just have a really growth mindset that we take, and I learn from a lot of different people. I learn from the athletes, I learn from other sports dietitians.
Riley, you are a senior tight end here at Wisconsin. How have you seen this program change since you've been here these past 4 years?
Obviously, we've had our coaching change, but that's been kind of drastic for our team, kind of switching up the whole defense, switching up the whole offense. But I think we've grown in a lot of ways. We've made a lot of improvements to the stadium. We're about to put in a new practice field, and then obviously nutritionally too. Like, now we're eating this nice south end zone where we used to be eating like kind of in the basement, kind of in the dark, dingy area. So like that's probably one of the biggest improvements I've seen.
Why did you choose Wisconsin all those years ago?
I'm from here, so I always grew up watching the Badgers, watching guys like Melvin, Jonathan Taylor, and so I always wanted to be like them. Always wanted to be a Badger, so it was a pretty easy decision for me.
Okay, we're in a really great space. Plenty of good food going on behind us. What did you eat today, and what's your favorite thing to eat when you're here?
Buffalo chicken tenders and Parmesan garlic chicken tenders. And had some potatoes, had some fruit, a little bit of veggies, some squash, so that was all good.
What do you want a future football player to know about this program, about this space, if they were considering playing here at Wisconsin?
I mean, it's a great place. We had great staff. Sophie's is amazing. She's always there to help you, and I think that's a really big thing is, if you want to meet with her and look at your body composition, or you want to meet with her and talk about like some supplements, like she's always available, she's always there for you. I think that's just a great resource to have that everybody, says that they have that resource, but it's not always true. There's not always that, initiative to like, hey, like, like if you want to come talk to me, like feel free to, and just like getting familiar with her is a huge thing. And I think, having that relationship with your nutritionist is huge.
With executive sous chef Josh Brantley, we're here in the Champions Club. What goes on here?
So we feed the football team and as well as the volleyball team 365 anytime they need us. We're here. Traditionally right now we're serving them lunch and dinner every single day, and as well as victory meal here on Sundays, after we get the win on Saturday. So
what can athletes expect whenever they're getting some of the food from this line behind us?
So they can expect to get a salad bar. You can see it over here. They'll have a fruit station as well, fresh fruit every single day, fresh cut, berries, that sort of thing, as well as at least 1 to 2 action stations every day. So today we've got a quesadilla action station going on, as well as an omelet station happening as well. So today is more of a brunch meal, different yogurt stations, that sort of thing, and always got to have a dessert for these guys to munch on as well.
Jacob, you are the executive chef here. So take me through what the difference is between what the offerings are when it comes day to day for the student athletes versus what you can see here on a football game day.
Yeah, so this space is actually one of our club levels on game day. This space holds between 12 and 1,300 people. So we go from feeding 200 athletes a day to feeding 1,200. So it's kind of a cool space. We do a ton of the same stuff we offer the football team, we actually offer our guests. So they get that same elevated experience. We still do the action stations. We still do some of the in-house products. It's really a lot of fun on game day. This place is just packed. And this is a really great hop-in space, especially with the club level upstairs. So you've kind of got this like indoor, outdoor environment. The game's happening right out front. So it's really a great space on game day.